Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. Lovely to have you join us. How are you, Jeannie?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Was there a bit of a wobble there?
No, somebody did smack me like that today and said, "Oh, cute, you're so soft."
Oh, let me feel.
Nothing soft about that.
It's tight. It's toit. It's toit.
We're about to kick off your weekend with a star-studded cast on Afternoon Express today. Joining us in the loft is someone who doesn't even know the meaning of soft. It is Olympic gold medal winning, world record breaking, super hot, super amazing Cameron van den Burgh. Now, very soon, he's going to be jetting off to Greece for a big, fat Greek wedding. And, of course, today, he joins us with his absolutely gorgeous fiancé, Nefeli.
I love it when you're hyperactive.
I'm so hyperactive. I've had a lot of sugar today. Anything can happen.
Then we sit down with a woman who went to study law in the UK but gave up the life, moved back home, and pursued her passion in stand-up comedy. Thenjiwe Moseley has been performing comedy for the past 5 years and became an internet sensation with her YouTube sketches depicting typical South African life.
Oh, she's hilarious. I cannot wait to chat to her. Now head over to our social media platforms where we want to know, if you had to quit your day job, what career would you pursue? What would you do if you had to quit your day job?
I think I'd be a chef.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'd be a wife.
Because
I don't know what else I would be.
Chef. I'd be a vegan chef.
Oh, that is quite
an
nice.
Earnest vegan chef.
I'd be the kind of wife that
and you
want to hire a vegan chef.
Yes, yes.
Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook pages. Now, our first guest is a man whose career I think most people are ridiculously envious of.
Absolutely. A veteran of stage and screen. In 2013, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award for acting at the 7th annual SAFTAs, and last year he made the headlines when at the age of 60 he learnt about who his real father was and changed his name. Yeah. Jerry Mofokeng Wa Makhetha has had roles in some of South Africa's most iconic films, including Cry the Beloved Country and his stellar performance in Gavin Hood's Academy Award classic Zotsi, and also find out what his connection with Drake is.
Do it.
Over to answer. Speak to my child.
Stand up.
What?
I'm a lover.
And this J? Huh? Jesus Christ. I can a cripple.
Aye, what ye? Stand up.
Wow, what an absolutely extraordinary performance. Congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you here.
How do you feel watching yourself? Are you able to watch yourself? Like just relax and not scrutinize everything and just enjoy watching yourself?
Let me start off by saying I feel so honored to be talking to you, ladies.
Thank you.
See, I always get opportunity to just watch you on the screen doing your stuff and being professional and everything about it. So it's also an honor to be talking to you.
Thank you.
That's so lovely.
But watching myself, sure. When I'm shooting, I refuse to watch the footage. I refuse to go to the edit suite. I must see it when it's a finished product, so that if there is something I don't like, I don't then answer whatever problems I had there in my next performance. Or I don't over-celebrate in the next scene what I saw myself. You see, one of the worst things that you can do as an actor is to copy yourself.
Wow.
Then you've lost it.
That's such good advice.
Absolutely. Wow. So, yeah, watching the final product with everybody else as a member of the public, I enjoy that.
Oh.
Do you ever look back on your career, though, and think of what were some of your favorite highlights? I mean, you've worked with some of the most incredible people in the world. You've delivered the most incredible performances. Do you ever go back and watch, especially, I mean, you've been acting since the 70s. Do you go back and watch your old work just to kind of reminisce on your own life?
Yeah, there are those works I go back and working with Sydney. Hey, then they're going to be saying, yeah, he's starting to name drop. But
Wow.
No, but you can name drop with
Sydney
us.
Poitier.
Like,
Sydney Poitier.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. And I can say it openly. All of us, we have our weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
Me, you shoot the same scene 7 times, I dry. It's gone. And I'm doing that, I'm next to who? Sydney Poitier. And he doesn't throw up his tantrums. He's a gentleman on set. And he talks to the directors, he says, no, listen, give us a moment. Then we go and have tea and talk about nonsense and what have you. And he says, man, are you good? I say, I'm good. He says, are you sure? I say, I'm sure. We go on set and we do that. Yeah. And that teaches me a lesson. That when I am the senior, the experienced, the whatever word you want to use on set, I must be generous with my talent. Because acting is like playing tennis. The better your opponent, the better your own game.
that's so true.
And so I go and watch Mandela and de Klerk, and I watch that. The first time I got an applause on set was the scene where Sydney and I were playing Nelson and Walter Sisulu. The most quiet scene. The most quiet. You know, the sort of thing where the director says, don't act, don't act. And immediately we finished doing that scene, we got a standing ovation. But why? He was generous with his talent, with his everything, with his weight. And that gave me confidence. And I quit.
Wow.
And I quit. And so I go back and watch those things. I go back and watch When We Were Black. And after we had shot that scene in the street, I rehearsed it with the director alone. And I said, look, I don't want this one to be dry. Just let me do it. And I did it on the side, and I said, let's shoot the very first, just brief your crew. And I went and I did that scene, and I became the monkey. And when I got into the car, my fellow cast members were crying. And I just thought, yes, yes, because that's what my kids would do if they saw me humiliated like that. So I sit and I look at that and I say, you know, it was a rehearsal and it was a take and it was a print and it was an edit. They are rare, those kinds of things, to happen like that.
Yeah.
You are such a glorious actor and such a glorious man. We're so happy to have you here.
Lovely having
We're
you
going to
here.
take a quick break and then we want to know so much more about you.
We've got more to come from Jerry after the break, so don't go anywhere. Plus, Chef Aya joins us in the kitchen for delicious creamy dessert called a strawberry affogato. Welcome back to Afternoon Express, live on SABC3. It's take 2 of our conversation with prolific actor, Mr. Jerry Mofokeng Wa Makhetha. He's also a Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did that feel?
Yeah.
Sure. The first time I got the email, I thought, are they sure they wrote the right name? And I called back. I was directing a play in Bloemfontein, and they said, yeah. And I went and I took my family on stage, and it was a glorious moment.
But now you're travelling to the States again to receive a similar kind of award.
That's correct.
What is it? Tell us a little bit about that.
African Film Legend Award, they say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
African Film Legend Award. That is really well done.
And I didn't memorize the names, but the 2 other recipients who have gone before me. And I go and search, and I just think, yes, are
really
they
happening?
sure?
Yeah.
Are they sure? And they said, it's such an honor that you agreed to come and receive this, because this is not a favor, this is not BEE, this is not nothing, this is who you are. And we've been following your work. And you know, there are little moments when you find out that, oh, so people are following. Yeah. On my birthday this year, all sorts of postings on social media, and I get messages from Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Nigeria, and I think, for real? So, yeah.
That's amazing. I dare you to write African Legend on your number plates when you get back to Joburg.
Yeah, and in your bios and all your social media pages, just
hashtag African Legend.
Yeah. Hashtag best actor ever.
Yeah.
You're also a marriage counselor, yourself and your wife.
Yes, we are.
What is the secret to, like, how long have you been married? 35 years?
What's today? The 8th?
38.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 38 years.
38 years. What is the secret to 38 years of marriage? Because 38 days into a relationship, I already started to jump out. So how do you keep 38 years going?
I can't say it all, but let's look at this one. A marriage, a romantic relationship, goes through all different seasons.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not a year if it has 2 seasons. It must have all 4 seasons.
Okay.
And you'll never have spring until and unless you have winter.
Okay.
And if you can't love in winter, you really can't love in summer.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to love when it's not fashionable to love.
Yeah.
And there's no way that both of you can be under the water at the same time. And so you become generous with the way in which you carry each other through that journey.
Yeah.
And let me say this, and I believe it's not just a quotable quote. If you're not willing to forgive, don't get into a love relationship. Because at some point or the other, you're going to have to forgive or be forgiven. Yeah. And it's walking that journey in a mature manner. Yeah. And love is not just having butterflies. It's having a total respect and appreciation of this person in front of you in all seasons. And that's what it is.
Well, we aren't married, but I've got absolute respect and adoration for you. You are such a
African Legend.
Yeah. Really. Okay, what was it like working with Drake?
Where you get that from?
No, because we saw the footage.
Oh, my God.
What was it like?
So I get a call from my agent, and they say there are these people who are doing a music video, and look, it's just bubblegum, just going, you know, it will be an experience.
Pretty racy bubblegum, that.
Yeah. And so they say, don't tell anybody, because people will then just flood the set and what have you. So I keep quiet, but then I whisper to my kids, and they jump laughing. So what's that? I say, do you know who you're going to be working with? And fine, I get on set, and those half-naked women, models, and blah, 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 and all that. And they get to my scenes. I say, give me a script. They say, no. It's just a few things that you're going to be doing and what have you. And you know the problem with directors. When you do what they like, they get more ideas. And so we get to Kliptown, and they're doing some stuff there, and I'm acting with this American model that has security everywhere. And so, yeah, it was interesting.
That's incredible.
Because, it's everybody runs like he's a demigod, and you just think, okay, I'm working with another human being. So I've worked with bigger actors, you know. He's a musician, but...
That's so inspiring. There's still hope for you and I to be in an Eminem video.
I'm going to be in an Eminem music video. It'll just be the day before our wedding. Somebody's listening.
Made with Love by Clover.
Hello, Chef Aya. Lovely to see you. Now, it's finally Friday, and it's time to kick it back with Super M. Now, join us as we brew up a cup of Clover Super M strawberry affogato by sending an SMS with the keyword Clover to 33650 and to get the list of ingredients needed to make this absolutely amazing recipe. I mean, really.
So we're making affogato today, which is an Italian-based coffee dessert.
Okay.
I've got my Super M already here, and it has
Okay,
vanilla
so
essence already.
Okay, vanilla M, Super M.
And then, of course, we must have our espresso.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm going to...
Our afternoon espresso.
Yeah. And then I'm adding now my chai powder in there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to finish it off with the ice cream later. Let me just add a bit of...
Oh, so that's what we're making?
Yeah, that's what we're making, and it looks amazing.
Is that it?
Yeah. It's so simple to make it so
So
quick
it's just
and
basically
easy.
like a strawberry chocolate milkshakey drink?
Yeah. And you can use any other strong coffee you have.
Aya, you are so super quick.
Sorry.
You're not just a super M, you're a super quick.
That's it. And then we're going to scoop in some ice cream there quickly.
And this is obviously warm because it's been on the pot.
Yeah.
Oh, so that delicious ice cream is
Look
going
at
to
that.
melt in there. Well, isn't this decadent?
And then you finish it off with your marshmallows.
I can
you
decorate
go.
that for you. And we have a little...
How does that look?
No, this looks sensational. Can I taste?
You can go for it.
Oh, that
Amazing.
is just the
Just amazing.
sweetest and sweet and love this man. Warm and sweet and always a treat. And I'm talking about this. What's not to love? Remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent directly to your device. And in case you missed any of these steps, here's a quick recap.
Made with Love by Clover.
Now, if you're online, head over to our social media platforms and join the conversation. If you had to quit your day job, what career would you pursue? It's at Afternoon Chat on Twitter, and don't forget the Afternoon Express hashtag, or you can comment on our Facebook page. After the break, we sit down with comedian Thenjiwe Moseley, who gave up her career in law to pursue her passion for entertainment. Plus, world record swimmer Cameron van der Burgh joins us along with his beautiful fiancé Nefeli.
Made with Love by Clover.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, coming to you live this fantastic Friday afternoon. Now, after the tragic passing of both her parents, Thenjiwe had to abandon her dreams and become an au pair in order to look after her 3 younger siblings. Being the only breadwinner in the family, she went to study law in London in order to get a real job.
And little did she know that law would lead her right back to her dream of becoming an entertainer. Armed with 2 degrees and a sharp sense of humour, she's performed all over the world and became an internet sensation with her YouTube comedy sketches.
One thing for sure, I will never ever marry a South African policeman. Not just because they are broke. I'm just not attracted to fat men. I think our policemen should be forced to drink before they receive their paychecks. And when I came here tonight, I wanted to say a few things about some government officials, but then I realized it wouldn't be fair to talk about my fellow comedians.
Spicy! Spicy, welcome.
You are amazing.
So your YouTube channel has over 11 million views.
11 million, wow.
Wow, that's incredible. Did you see that coming?
No, I didn't.
Have you been funny your whole life? Like, go back to your early years. You
I think I have.
Yeah.
I have been. I just didn't know that I could make a career out of it.
That's incredible.
Now, I'm so, like, you are firstly so successful and so hilarious. But what's so amazing is the time that you've grown. Like, to have 11 million views. Before, you weren't even really doing much comedy in English.
Yeah.
That's only recent. And what do you think is the appeal? And what do you think, I suppose, is the power of the internet that is just drawing people to you?
Everyone is on their phone these days. You go to a restaurant, you see couples, they all... Families, family time, family dinner, everyone is on their phone.
But why did you decide to go onto like an online platform first?
Because at the time I was doing stand-up comedy in England.
Yeah.
And I wanted to appeal to my audience at home, because there were so many things I wanted to talk about, and I was like, the audience here is not going to understand. And some things you cannot say in English. They just have to be said in vernacular. So that's why I did it. So I could do Zulu while I wasn't here.
Right. You have 2 degrees, and I mean, that's incredible for me to think that you would eventually become this super successful comedian. Were you going through your studies thinking, man, this isn't quite the thing I'm supposed to be doing? Or were you just like, this is it, I'm loving it, and I just keep moving?
My first qualification is actually in drama. And then I did law because I was in England at the time, and as a black performer, you're only going to be in Lion King, and I'm not a good dancer or a good singer. So law was the only thing that was going to put me in front of an audience every day when I go to work. Like, it's different people every day, and it's like you're performing. So that's why I did it.
But that wasn't really your fate, because, I mean, you got to open up for Cedric the Entertainer. You performed for Prince William, and that wasn't in The Lion King. But how do you adapt a lot of your material to be able to open up to international audiences?
It's honesty. I talk about what I know. I talk about myself. And when I talk about my journey, people become interested. Because only me knows what it's like to be me.
Absolutely, I mean, you work in a very male-dominated industry. Are men trash?
Some of them.
I love throwing questions like that at comedians because they rise up to the occasion.
Yeah, some of them. Some of the men out there are real. They are trash. Some of the men are trash. There are things that need to be changed. Not just the abusive ones that are like physically abusing their women, but even in our culture, things need to be changed. You look at fat men; they shouldn't be paying the same price of lobola as men with 6-pack. Like, we were not born to carry trucks. They should pay double. Even at toll gates, a Mini Cooper doesn't pay as much as a truck.
I don't think Cameron van der Burg even needed to pay a lot of lobola. They're both scoring there.
So men are trash.
And what do you think of the lobola custom?
Well,
would you want lobola?
I love money, so yes.
Yes.
As long as it's not women who are paying.
Yeah, that's so true.
So what does the future hold? What's happening? Any interesting gigs coming up?
Yes, I'm currently touring my one-woman show, From Kwamashu to the World, where I talk about my journey from Kwamashu to the world. And it's been a good tour. I started it in Asia. I did Thailand, the Philippines. I did Singapore. What else did I do? I did Vietnam, England.
What was Asia like for you? Did everyone want to come touch your skin and touch your hair and feel you?
Yes, it was very interesting because some of people just have not seen a black person.
Wow.
They think like, oh, they've come to this free zoo where they can touch you, touch your hair. Is it real?
So you've got lots of different characters as well in some of the skits that you do. How deep do you go into each of them? Like, because do you create like the actual lives of each of these people and then keep them going?
It's true observation. It's things I know. It's people I've seen. And what makes people enjoy it is because it's people they also know.
Yeah.
Like we all know what happens at black funerals. It's just that nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
We all know what happens in so many situations, the things that people know. I just add humor into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do agree with you. Our police force do need a lot of Herbics.
They do. Actually, there should be gyms in every police station.
From beef lasagna to creamy macaroni and cheese, Clover the Whistling Chef's high-quality, ready-to-eat meals are made using trusted Clover cheese, milk and cream. It's SA's favorite home-cooked recipes, now prepared and conveniently packed with a variety to choose from. Added to that, Africa's first vac-seal technology ensures they're kept fresher for longer for the whole family to enjoy. The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover.
Now, after all the hype on social media about these whistling chefs that have been spotted all over South Africa, finally we got to see the big reveal. Clover, the Whistling Chefs, offers a range of tasty, fresh, ready-to-eat meals that simply needs to be heated up in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes and just wait for the whistle and it's ready to eat. Take a look at their launch event that was held on Tuesday at Melrose Arch, where a whole lot of whistling and eating went down.
Taking their cue from the packaging, which whistles when your meal is ready, Clover launched legions of whistling chefs across media and the cities of South Africa, culminating in this mass flash mob in Joburg for the official brand reveal.
This is an absolutely creative, unique and innovative product that Clover has just launched. Clover the Whistling Chef. It's the first to Africa technology, so what better way to launch this very unique innovation to the South African market than this way? With this packaging technology, the fresh vac seal, the freshness is locked in for longer, giving it a much longer and extended shelf life with no preservatives. It's a nutritious meal and awesome whistling pack.
It fits in with Clover's new strategy where we want to move into more value-added products. Clover stands for quality, stands for freshness, and this fits in very well. So we wanted a product that's still nutritious, that's available to South Africans. So importantly, we looked at flavors, spaghetti bolognese, macaroni and cheese, the products that are really used in the houses of South Africans. It doesn't make a mess in the microwave. You just put it in, and when it's ready, it whistles on its own. So what better concept? So it's quite unique, it's fun, it's a household product that we would really like people to try.
The pack is very unique. We have to bring a patent from Sweden, from Europe, and the innovative product can live for 30 days shelf life. After a few minutes, it starts whistling when it's red. So if you whistle when it's ready, what a better name than Whistling Chef?
Made using trusted Clover cheese, milk and cream, it's perfect for on-the-go, healthy convenience, and the advanced pasteurization process preserves the quality and flavor with no need for preservatives.
As a working mom, it's not always easy to prepare a nutritious, healthy meal for the whole family. You don't have enough time to go shopping, buy all the ingredients. So the ready-to-eat is really an innovative offering that is still nutritious, healthy, and my family favorite recipes. So it's the ideal meal to offer to my family. I love spaghetti bolognese, but not just any spaghetti bolognese, the Whistling Chef spaghetti bolognese. It's made with the best ingredients, as you know, our Clover cheese, Clover cream, so it's the best, made with love.
even though it's a ready-to-eat meal, it's got a 30-day shelf life. It's a fresh product, so it's not frozen. We've got all the nutrition, hidden veggies, extra protein, and then also it's made with the real genuine Clover products like Clover cheese, Clover cream, and Clover butter. So it's all quality products, healthy, good nutrition for your whole family.
With sweet, whistling tunes, delicious free samples, and all driven by a fun, mysterious, irresistible social media drive, influencer Pearl Tusi gave the campaign 2 big thumbs up.
And I'm so excited to find out that Clover's now, above everything else that they've done to just make a mom's life easier, they now have come through with ready-made meals that are nutritious and really good and last. So I'm very excited about that. It had everybody's attention. And the fact that when the meals ended, it actually really does whistle. To be like, yo, I'm ready, like a kettle. It's like, yo, this is so dope.
This campaign has been amazing. We've really got the curiosity going, and we've been having the whistling chefs around the country, 3 major cities, and now for the last 3 days we've just been trending.
We've been either number 1 or number 2 online trending and social media, so we're very excited. The guys have done a really good job. It was such an interesting new concept, you know, people walking around, and social media is the way to go in the future. So we're very excited. The guys have done a really good job. So it is unique, and it was something new.
It's been something out of this world. I mean, from rehearsing with a flash mob to seeing the trends over the weekend, following that from minute to minute, it's been an absolute ball.
Clover has outdone themselves. We're so happy to be here. The marketing campaign behind it was also beautiful. The whistling, because everyone was asking us, what's this whistling thing that you guys keep posting? And, you know, it's such a phenomenal concept. And people wanted to know about it. So it was a great thing. It gave people an itch, and bam.
Clover's new ready-to-eat meals, with their extended shelf life and locked-in freshness, do exactly as their whistling chef name says. And when they're ready, you'll hear it. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. Have you been practicing your whistling? He's become one of the greatest breaststroke swimmers of all time with these consecutive Commonwealth golds. But recently, South African swimming champ Cameron van der Burgh had other exciting news to share with his followers.
Exactly. He announced the engagement to his lovely fiancé, Nefeli Valakelis. And now, with a big fat Greek wedding on the way, we couldn't miss out on giving you the inside scoop of the lovely romance. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Love is in the air. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
How excited are you that you live next door to me?
Very.
Yeah, when we're out of milk, we at least know where to go.
Exactly. Okay, now I want to know, how did you go? Because really, I think the two of you are now South Africa's answer to Harry and Meghan Markle. We are so excited we cannot wait for the wedding. So how did you guys meet?
Well, we went to school together, actually. We weren't actually big friends in school, but obviously we knew each other. And the romance, I think actually our friendship sort of only started about 2009. We graduated in 2006. We bumped into each other in about 2009 and just had this really good sort of vibe going. You know when you just know something's happening and sparks are flying. Didn't do anything. We were both in other relationships at the time, and then eventually met up again in about 2013, 2014, both single. Took it very slow, just sort of friends at first.
He was my wingman.
Did you think he was cool at school?
No. Definitely.
Was he a bit lame?
He was a bit of a swimming jock, and he was like one of those kids who like lifted his arms up and you saw the V, and I was like, ugh.
Yo,
you said ugh to the V.
I wasn't Greek. I didn't have enough hair yet.
Where's your gold chain?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Not
so how did you know
coming
she
with
was
the wedding
one?
gifts.
How did you know, respectively, that you were the one?
It wasn't a specific moment. It was lots of moments that I realized that Cam was very, very special. I think it all started off with a friendship, and then it just grew and grew and grew and grew, because like he said, it wasn't like wham bam, let's kiss and be forever happily ever after. It was, we were friends and we got to know each other, and then I'm very Greek and very cultural based and everything, and he just fit into my family, and his family's amazing, and then I realized, wow.
Okay, how did he propose?
Oh gosh, I think it's a story he needs to say. He's got the back end of it.
Well, we went skiing in Zermatt in Switzerland, and I thought, you know, it was going to be like super romantic, and I was just going to like kind of ski in there on you know, go down on one leg and give the ring. But little do we know, it was my first time skiing, and it's actually quite terrifying, quite tough.
It is terrifying.
Yeah, so that sort of plan went out the window quite quickly, and I concocted this whole idea. There was an igloo, and it was going to be super romantic in there. Also, that plan didn't go down too well, and eventually it kind of was just this big thing where I put the ring in some glue vine, and Nefeli was drinking, and we were drinking, and got to the point where, you know, I'm expecting something to happen.
Like choking.
No, eventually, and she gets halfway down, and she says, "Okay, I'm finished now."
I've had enough.
Yeah, I've had enough. And I'm like, "No, man, you know, like, let's you know, cheers, let's go." Down it, downs it, nothing happens, because there was fruit in the bottom. And eventually, digging through, I pull out this ring, and in it all, I actually owe her another proposal, because I didn't even go down on one knee. I kind of said, like, "Do you want to get married?"
You can do it now if you want.
Down on one knee, will you marry me?
Awesome. But you must have been like cursing under your breath that day, like, damn it, what's going on?
She said, she was like looking at me, and like I was like, "Okay, is that a yes? Is that a no?" And she's crying. She's like, "Yeah."
Obviously. That is amazing.
So now you're going to have a big
guys.
fat Greek wedding. You're having it in Greece. We're in Greece, and tell me everything. Is the dress made? What's happening?
Yes, the dress is made. Well, it wasn't made. It's from Pronovius in Santon.
Okay.
It's in Greece. It's just outside of Athens. It overlooks the ocean. There's a
gorgeous.
tiny little church in the place where the venue actually is, so we don't have to walk. We don't have to drive. We can just walk there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very romantic.
Glorious.
It's quite a small wedding, so I think it's just lots of fun. Just lots and lots of fun.
And you have to be caught on camera going, "You look amazing. I'm so lucky."
I hope he cries.
Yeah, trust me, I think
you have to mouth those words.
Jokes.
Oh, guys, I'm gushing for the two of you. I think it's so beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, it's going to be glorious. Our own royal wedding.
If you want to keep up with future Mr. and Mrs. van der Burgh, then make sure you follow their journey on social media.
Exactly. Coming up, Private Property, South Africa's leading property portal, who are good friends with Afternoon Express, recently changed ownership, and we get the lowdown after the break.
Private Property recently concluded an exciting deal that saw South Africa's leading property portal undergo a change in ownership, partnering up with none other than Caxton CTP publishers and printers. Joining me in studio today to chat more about this exciting transition is Peter Oosthuizen from Private Property and Nicole Forso from Caxton Digital. Welcome.
Thanks so
Lovely
much
to have you
Bonnie.
with us.
Exciting to be here.
Yeah, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks. So tell us a bit about Caxton and its history, Nicole.
Caxton is one of South Africa's largest publishers and printers of magazines, books, newspapers and even websites. We've been around for many, many years, almost as old as me actually. And yes, we basically are a JSE listed company, so I'd like to think that we're quite a big fish.
Yeah. You host quite a variety of publications under your umbrella. Tell us about some of them.
So from the local media side, we have approximately 140 local newspapers that get put into the community's boxes, post boxes every week. They look forward to receiving those. Obviously get very upset if they don't receive them. Give us a phone call. We also have a footprint of 3.7 million copies that go out weekly. So quite a nice area that we cover. And we also have national publications such as our magazine department. You might be familiar with the Roy Rosa magazine, Bona, Farmers Weekly, Garden and Home, just to name a few.
Yeah.
And then we've also got our national publication, which is The Citizen.
So Peter, we've got a long-standing relationship with Private Property from Winner Home and also recently discussing your new app, which has been met with great excitement. So tell us what this means for Private Property.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and especially around the app. We've had great results, so thanks to you guys. Yeah, the Caxton partnership, from day one, the team have been really committed to our success. And as a business, we want to grow our brand, and our core offering. For us, this is almost a marriage of traditional and digital. And though digital will always be our core, we understand that there are markets we still haven't reached, and some guys who still start their property search offline. And yeah, we think this is a great way to drive our message and our property experience through those channels.
Yeah. Now we've heard from Private Property side, but what does this merger mean for Caxton?
So for Caxton, we're still very relevant, especially like I was saying earlier about the local community. So we pride ourselves in being well supported. The papers still, get a lot of readership and are still really relevant in the communities. More recently, we've invested quite heavily in the digital space. We expanded by launching 82 local newspaper websites around the brands that we already have. We reach over 5.5 million visitors through these websites per month. And, through our associated companies and partners, the likes of The Citizen, MoneyWeb, we really want to be able to grow the Private Property brand as much as we can through this network.
Yeah.
We feel that through us having that local expertise and Private Property having the property expertise, we can really then, showcase this, not through just the traditional media, but through various digital touch points as well.
So a leading online property portal joins forces with a media giant. What does this mean for myself as an individual when I access your website?
As a national website, we have a great national footprint. The Caxton's partnership really allows us to reach further, and especially into these local communities, just putting more properties in front of more buyers more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think from our side, we're really entrenched in the communities. We're very involved in their daily lives. We pride ourselves with having the journalists out there getting the latest news all the time. And I think that from, my experience as well, when you are searching for property and investing in either buying or renting, you really need to have some sort of expertise, in front of you. So, by combining both companies, we feel that we can really get in front of their consumer and leverage off what we have from a traditional side, but then also from an online side, and really, give that information freely to them, meeting all their needs from local news to property listings. So, in this case, with the property side, we believe that the partnership can really achieve this.
This definitely offers the consumer a more holistic experience. What does this mean for the real estate industry?
For us, we really want to add value to our estate agent partners, but that also starts with a great consumer experience. I think for us, we want to leverage the print and digital assets and showcase our great property content so that the real estate agents and the consumers will ultimately benefit.
Absolutely. Well, it's very exciting, and I'm sure we'll be hearing about it from you soon again.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
So for more information, please go to www.privateproperty.co.za.
Remember to head over to our social media platforms and join in the conversation. If you had to quit your day job, what career would you pursue? Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express, or you can comment on our Facebook page. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it's been an awesome Friday show, and we are back on the couch with veterans, I suppose, in the entertainment industry. Of course, with Jerry Mofokeng Wa Makhetha, along with comedian and YouTube sensation Thenjiwe Moseley. Yeah. Welcome back.
Makhetha.
Makhetha.
Yeah.
No, I try, but like Makhetha. Okay, now I've got it.
Nice. That was so hard. So, what was performing in London? And you say you've had to obviously change your material at times. But were there any surprises in the audience sometimes? Did you get a lot of South African support out there?
There are always surprises. Sometimes you go in and it's a full house of white people. I did a show in Birmingham last year, and it was all Zulu-speaking people. And they demanded that I perform in Zulu, which was nice.
That's so cool.
Lovely.
We are all over the world.
Wow, that's incredible.
You've also performed all over the world. In fact, you studied in America, then came back here. What was that experience like for you?
Well, studying in New York, the entire city is your laboratory. You see the best and the worst.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's good about studying your craft.
Yeah.
You know what works, but you must also know what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you grow through all that. And one of the questions I ask young directors is, have you had your first flop yet? Because if you think you're going to produce a hit every time, you're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
And so it goes that way, I mean, I'm doing Neomacheti now. There's bad men. Mel Lillian says it's a tsotsi and he's prostitute, you know, and it's like, yo, bruh, and people listen to me speaking Tsotsital there.
I love listening to you speak Tsotsital. I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
But again, it points back to me growing up in a home where my mom, to help us survive, she had to run a shebeen.
Yeah.
And so listening to these men talk to each other, you see, alcohol has its own way of giving people delusions of grandeur.
But it also makes people honest sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You sometimes see the most honest part of somebody when...
Yeah. Jeans.
You haven't had any flops, I'm pretty sure. But what do you do on stage when you say something and you've been working on this material and nobody's laughed?
Quickly change.
Just change it. Just keep it moving.
Whenever I go on stage, I always have a safe 5 and 10 minutes.
Okay.
So whatever you prepared, if it doesn't work, you change. And you change into your safe material. And the good thing with being a South African comedian is we get trained by the audience because you never know what language they speak.
Yeah.
Can be a full house of black people, they might not understand Zulu.
Yeah.
So we get trained. So within your first 3 minutes, you are still learning what they want.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the time you get to the 4th minute, you know exactly who the audience is.
Yeah. Best of luck going forward. You are so talented. You're a gem. And thank you so much for
joining us today.
Thank you. And can I just ask everyone in Cape Town, I have my show tonight and tomorrow evening at the Protea Fire and Ice.
Exactly.
Check details on my social media.
Everything is on the Afternoon Express.
So why am I going back home tonight?
You're not. Join us again on Monday when we spend the afternoon with praise poet, singer and actress Jessica Mbangeni. Plus, it's the next installment of Mommy Mondays with Joanne Strauss.
Until then, good night and happy eating. Ciao.
God bless.
Thank you so much for being. What a great show.
Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.